It's always exciting when God does something really spectacular, but it's even more fun when it happens to you or to someone you know well. My friend Dave Hazen had an experience with God that it wasn't an overnight deal. I mean, you waited years.
Definitely.
But Dave, let's talk a little bit about what happened to you. You had an incident where you really damaged your back.
I was working for the city of Rapid City, working at the pump houses on an icy day, and came down a ramp and slipped and fell on my back.
Just boom, just in an instant.
Yeah, and once you reach a certain age, you don't get up quite so quick anymore.
Your bounce is sort of gone, isn't it?
And I was just turning 40, and they say life begins at 40. That's when everything went downhill.
It seemed like yours was ending at 40, really, didn't it?
Definitely. And from there, it snowballed into several surgeries, and it was quite an ordeal.
My recollection of watching you over that period of time, Dave, was I saw you go from a healthy, vibrant young man to a crippled old guy who gained a lot of weight, and they put you on a bunch of medication, and you had several surgeries, and your life had become tragic, hadn't it?
Yes, it had, and I had small kids at the time, and they didn't even know their dad.
Yeah.
And
well, you couldn't even do simple things.
No, I was on so much medication. I was on OxyContin, morphine.
Boy, OxyContin, that's a problem in itself.
Yeah, and I was taking about 200 milligrams of sleep aids at night, plus over-the-counter sleeping aids, because I got to the point where what's the use? Just sleep it off.
Let me ask you, over what period of time did this happen? How many years did this involve, Dave?
Injury was in '93, and it ended about 08, something like that, 2008.
Okay. So it was over a span of several years. There's a scripture that comes to my mind. It begins, "But God."
Yes,
definitely. And that was in your life, really, wasn't it?
Definitely. Yes.
Tell our listeners what God did.
Well, like I said, I was out of my head, frustrated. After all the surgeries and doctors that I had gone to see, nothing seemed to help. I've had several fusions, and they kept saying, well, if I do this fusion, things will get better, and they just kept getting worse. So all they did was put me on medication, which just made the problem a little worse because I was out of my head most of the time. And I was out working in the yard one day, and I said, Lord, I'm tired of this. Either heal me or take me home. I got up from something that I was doing out in the yard that would have normally put me down for about 3 days. And I got up from that, and I didn't have any pain. I said, oh, this is great. Let's try it out. So I did another 3 hours worth of yard work, and I still hadn't had any pain. And from then on, I decided to take myself off the medication on my own, and things progressively got better and better.
Now you're running marathons, for heaven's sakes.
Yes, I've run 3 or 4 marathons.
And before you couldn't hardly walk.
Definitely, yeah. I was down to a cane most of the time. And
it wasn't anything you did other than just to say, God, either heal me or take me home.
That was it. Lord, in your timing, please heal me.
Yeah.
And over many years of prayer before, it's all God's timing, because this is when He decided to answer my prayer.
And how long has it been since God touched your body?
Since 2000, I'm saying 9.
This is a real deal,
9,
isn't it?
10, yeah.
And folks, God is the real deal. If you have a problem, if it's physical, emotional, relational, even financial, you can say, God, please help. He's listening.